drunk either night.
How many drinks?
I only had 2. I went to, okay, first of all, Friday night I went to the new Nobu with Dana. I took her out. I promised her I would do that, which, by the way, is one of the most stunning restaurants I've ever been to in my life.
All right.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Get to the drinking part.
Okay, so I said to her, you know, it's been 93 days, and I think I want to have a drink. I want to try to have a drink tonight. She wasn't thrilled with that.
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary!
So it was like good news, bad news. I'm taking you to Nobu, but I'm going to have a drink.
Well, she wasn't thrilled with it, but I mean, there's no real story. I had 2 Jack and Waters.
Oh, there's a story.
And then
the 2 Jack and Waters.
2 Jack and Waters. And which obviously doesn't... Did
it have an effect on you?
Not really. I wasn't drunk.
Right.
I wasn't drunk at all.
So your head didn't hit the table or anything?
Do you think you can handle just having 2 drinks?
Well, that's what I think I was trying to prove to myself.
Right.
But that's all I had for the whole night. I didn't drink anymore.
And did you have a good time?
Look at you.
Wait a minute. The question is, did you have a good
Look at
time?
you, baby gorilla.
You drunken gorilla.
So you had the 2 drinks, and as Robin said, did you have a good time?
Yeah, because, you know, we had a really nice meal, and just, you know, we talked.
It wasn't good.
Actually, it was. It was fine.
He's being truthful.
I think he's being deceptive.
He's being deceptive there. I saw Ross Zapin.
Yeah, I know.
He came in, and
Mr. America.
He was having a good time as well.
Yeah.
But then after dinner, we just went back to Jersey. So that was that.
No nightcap or anything?
No nightcap at all. 2 drinks.
All right.
And what happened when you went to the shows in Hartford?
Now, if we were had any gray area as to where the fans stand on me drinking or not, we found out what that is. They're for me drinking.
So they would rather see you... See, people say I'm insensitive to you. I don't get it. I don't want to see you drink.
Actually, there was a couple of very, very nice women who made up "Don't Drink Artie" buttons.
Yeah.
They were cute. They were nice. But
so did you already decide now that you had a drink Friday night that you would drink Saturday night?
Maybe that was in my head. But so what happened was I got on stage, and like a few minutes into it, it had to be addressed. It was clear because they wouldn't shut up.
Right.
So
what were they doing? Screaming?
Yeah.
And throwing drinks?
Yeah. Well, they were throwing booze up.
It's like if a sex addict was running free in a whorehouse. Yeah.
And but you see, what I did was I limited that to beer. All I did Saturday night was drink beer.
How much beer?
I had about a total of 4 beers.
Do you think it was 4, or do you think it was more like 8?
It was definitely at the most 4 beers. It had to have been, because I wasn't drunk again.
Okay.
But what I did was, when I first took a sip of the beer on stage, and again, you talk about healthy atmospheres.
Yeah.
It might have been like, it was as if Springsteen played Born to Run.
The cheer.
Was it 2 shows you did in Hartford, or
Just
one?
Just one. I've never heard cheering that loud in my life, including like the World Series games.
So you're telling me you had 4 beers.
I chugged one of them, though.
Okay.
And on stage, because I'm telling you, they would not shut up.
But let me ask you something.
Fred's moaning. No, Fred's moaning in the back.
This is not good.
But again,
it's a crack in the dam. It's like New Orleans. The levee's
it'll be a
break.
flood.
Again, I didn't get drunk. I limited it to beer, which was, and then we drove home the same night. Richard was with me.
So you couldn't drink anymore?
Well, I wasn't driving or anything, but we drove home the same night and just stopped at a Burger King to eat, so that ended the drinking for me.
I wonder if it really was 4 beers, or if it was like
Howard,
like
I swear on my father. I did not have any more than 2 drinks Friday night and about 4
All right,
beers.
now here's the key question. What happens on Sunday during football games?
Nothing.
No drinking?
I had no urge to drink at all.
Really?
Yeah. I was fine yesterday.
That's not the key question. The key question was, when you drank that beer, was it like finding water in the desert?
Well, you know what happened, Rob? The thing is, the night before I had Jack, so it was...
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't, yeah.
So
Jack was.
Did you... So no drinks on Sunday. Are you still on your medication?
Well, no, the Paxil I had weaned myself off of finally last week. But I've been on Paxil in 10 days.
And was that doctor-supervised weaning, or you decided?
No, it was doctor-supervised.
Because someone said to me, the reason your voice sounds more normal today, but the reason I think you sounded so whacked out on Thursday and Friday, and I mean, I wish I'd had a camera on you. It was unbelievable.
Was it because I came off the side?
I think, and someone said to me, you know, Artie changed his meds. He's got to have. I said, he didn't mention that. He goes, no, that's what happens. You get so whacked out. They changed the meds, and of course you don't realize it, but everyone else, I mean, I never saw anything more bizarre in my life.
Really? You sounded like a different person. We had to check to see if it was you.
And you seem to be back to your own voice again.
Well, I'm a little hoarse from...
no, I don't mean hoarse. I mean, it was like, it was weird.
Really?
Go back and listen to the tapes. I bet you'll see.
Well, maybe that's what it was because I had to...
wean.
Yeah, and the doctor said there might be a little effect that it has on you.
So did you tell the doctor you were going to go back to drinking?
No. No.
So will that come up this week?
Of course.
He ain't going this week.
No.
I know Artie Mania.
That's the one part that Dana and my sister made me commit to is therapy, and I don't mind it. It's actually, I love talking to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, if staying in therapy allowed you to drink, you would do it, right?
Well, I don't know.
I would do it.
I don't know what it's going to allow me to do, but I'm finding that where I was cynical about it before, I love talking to somebody.
Right. All right. Well, there you go.
But as far as the fans are concerned, yeah, it was maybe there was 10% who were saying don't, but it was like crazy. That's like,
way to go. Well, listen, you're a grown man. You do what you want.
Exactly.
You can't be influenced by fans.
Well, my question is, though, could he have resisted the pressure of 90% of the audience offering that?
Absolutely not. No.
Hey, you got to get a check. You got to get paid, you know.
All right, well, there it is, the big announcement, a Howard Stern Show exclusive. Artie's back to drinking.
I have no plans on...
Howard Stern exclusive.
I have no plans on going over the top.
Were you planning it the last time?
No, I mean, you know, I needed some time to get my life together, and I was 93 days, by the way.
I saw there was already like 9 million people on the phone ready to bust you and tell me.
Well,
is that what
I wasn't about to try to lie my way out of it.
Wayne, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, Howard? Bonkhead Bill.
Oh, hey.
How you doing, buddy?
Thought it was Wayne.
Artie, what's good, bro? I knew you changed something the other day. You were sounding kind of bent the other 2 days. What happened?
That's when he changed his medication.
That's probably what happened.
That's enough to do it, man. That's enough to do it. I knew something was a little different, but you know what, Artie? Don't worry about it. You're going to be doing fine, man. A couple of drinks. Just stay off that Jack. As long as Jack's not driving, you'll be all right.
Hey, Gary, do me a favor and flag where Artie just said, I have no plans to do any heavy drinking.
Flag it.
Done.
Yeah, might want to play that.
Artie, take some bongers. You'll be straight.
No, I don't need any of that.
All right, let's go to...
Is it only booze now? You're sticking strictly to booze.
Of course.
Robin, how dare you? How dare you imply that Artie's out of control? Joe, you're on the air.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
Howard, who do you got to fill in for Artie for the next 2 weeks when he's out?
There you go. I got to make a plan now. You see what this does to me? Dave, go ahead.
You have to have a control.
Yeah, I was curious to see what Artie would be like when he was sober, but never got the chance.
You were at the Hartford show?
Yeah. It took him about 5 seconds to grab that beer. And I don't think he had 4 beers, neither.
Really?
By the time he came out the second or third time, he was looking pretty lit up.
Nah, I was not drunk. I definitely wasn't drunk.
Well, you do a good act.
Thank you, buddy.
No problem.
There it is. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
What's up?
Listen, I was just wondering if Fred smokes pot. I always wondered that.
Fred, do you smoke weed?
No, I do not.
Have you ever?
Yes, I have, when I was in my teens. And then I developed some sort of allergic reaction to it, so I don't do it anymore.
What do you mean? What would happen?
I'd pass out.
Wow.
Pass out?
Yeah, Fred passes out. I seen him drink and pass out.
I have an intolerance to that.
Yeah, strictly heroin now for him.
That's it. It's a nice slow nod.
I used to do heroin, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I actually have to go to rehab today, as a matter of fact.
Good for you.
What are you getting off this time?
For heroin?
It's getting off my show. I just hung up on him. Grim Reaper, you're on the air.
Hey, Artie, how's it going? Listen, I took a wrong turn, but we should be there shortly, okay? So we'll be seeing you in a little bit.
Grim Reaper, I'll see you in a few minutes.
You got it, bro.
All right, let's go to Peter finally. Peter, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, guys. I feel bad that I do a lot of alcoholic counseling, and Artie, you're in deep trouble. You won't know when you're drunk.
Let me ask the guy, what is this 90-day thing with Artie? He thinks if he stays off for 90 days, then he can drink for like 5 years straight or something?
No, that's just an initial period to sort of set yourself a goal and to try to get to 90 days. You need a reference point, and his first live comedy shows was a reference point to see if he could do that sober. He wasn't able to meet that. That's a serious issue. Anything that comes up that's big or major, he has to resort back to the thing he knows best and his escape pattern, which is the drink.
All I know is I got $500 because I have a bet with somebody who doesn't want to be named, and I said Artie would drink it.
Oh, you'll win that bet every time until he enters some serious, not just therapy, because therapy, there's some different motivations there. He needs to get himself into a 12-step program, start going every day, at least. That's why they tell you to go for the first 90 days. And beer, that's just like saying, okay, I'm not going to drink vodka, I'll drink whiskey, or I'll drink wine, or I'll drink beer. It's all the same thing. It's fermented alcohol that affects your brain chemistry.
All right, there you go, counselor. Thank you.
So, Artie, you did everything wrong, is what he said.
Again.
I'm not claiming I did anything right.
Well, there you go. Let's see if there's anybody else who wants to lecture Artie. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, good morning, Howard. Good morning, everybody.
Hey.
I just wanted to tell you, buddy, you're playing Russian roulette. You already pulled the trigger twice, you know what I mean? You drank 2 drinks, and you got a couple more in the chamber till you really do yourself in, Artie. I love you, brother. I hate to see you go down like that. I don't want you being another Chris Farley, you know what I mean?
I think I'll be all right, but thank you.
Yeah, I understand. I hear you. I've been there before, but I really shot myself in the head, too, you know what I mean?
Artie wants to be John Belushi, not Chris Farley.
That's crazy.
I don't want to be either one of them.
Well, welcome, Artie, and...
Now, let me ask you a question, Howard.
Okay.
Thank you. Will you go out drinking with Artie?
Oh, jeez. That would be depressing. Look, I'm not going to sit there and...
Again, I'm an adult, like you said.
Yeah.
No. I'm not asking you anything, Artie. I'm asking Howard.
What do you mean by go out drinking? Like specifically have a date to go drink?
Yeah, would you go and say, all right, Artie, let's go over to Scores and,
Well, I certainly would go to Scores with Artie at any point. I would never sit at Scores and tell Artie not to drink, and I would drink at Scores. So
you're going to just do whatever you would do with Artie, and Artie has to make his decisions himself?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I mean, a person has to be in charge of themselves. I mean, it's funny. I know someone else who struggled with alcoholism, and we were going to have dinner, and everyone was saying, and this was going on for years, if I'm going to dinner, you've got to stop drinking when I'm there. They would control the whole table.
They actually said that?
Yeah, to everyone.
Nobody can drink when they're around.
Right. And finally, everyone said, listen, guess what? The world has alcohol. And you got to either learn to, it's just like me. When I see a big bowl of dessert on the table, I go, well, I could eat that or not. I mean, I would like to.
Everybody else is eating.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm one of those people who believes most lawsuits are phony baloney. Most people don't take responsibility for themselves. Artie's a big boy. He does what he wants.
Well, I know someone who struggles with alcohol, and I was having an event at one point, and I thought, geez, this event is all about drinking. Should I invite that person? I'd really like that person to be there. And finally, I just left it up to that person, and I said, look,
that's it.
How do you feel? And they can handle it. They said, don't even worry about it, and they were there. But they don't have the issue. Everybody else is drinking. They're fine without restricting everyone's abilities.
There's your answer. I agree with that.
Until you stop drinking, though, you don't realize how mainstream drinking is in this country. It's just so the norm at every event for people to be drinking.
But Artie, most people don't have an addiction.
No, I'm just saying, it really becomes clear to you how, look, at every single event, there's probably going to be booze around,
Artie, may I make a toast this morning to your new healthy drinking? Anyone want to break open a bottle?
Salud.
Let's get started.
So now, wait a minute. You said there were going to be a couple of drinking shows coming up.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe
not?
Maybe better not. Mr. America over there bums me out.
Don't let me affect anything you do.
Right.
I'm the opposite of that guy. I'm like, you can do whatever you want.
Bobo, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing there, Bobo, man? Hey, Artie, 3 things you got to do. You have to give up the comedy club circuit, all right? If you have a drinking problem or tend to go back to drinking, you can't be around that atmosphere. And B, you got to going to the 12-step program, and C, you got to get a sponsor.
Oh, Bobo, how do you know all this?
Because I know someone for years that had problems with that.
Would his name be Bobo?
Yeah, it's like if you have a gambling problem, would you go to Atlantic City to see a show and say, well, while I'm there, I'm going to, just see the show? No, you're going to have a gambling problem. You're going to start to gamble.
I do plan on stopping gigging that much, by the way. Definitely the road.
Yeah, it does
get you. Man.
But now, all of a sudden, remember last week when you were promoting, Artie had 2 weekends.
So I got one more left on the books, and then that's it. I really do plan on either completely stopping or slowing down.
Yeah, Chris, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, I'm telling you, I was at that show on Saturday. It was like watching a crackhead go back to the pipe, man. I felt so bad for the guy. And he's right, though. Everyone's cheering him on, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, don't do this, because you can't have it. The guy, I'm nervous as hell now. He's going to go back. The show, you're going to ruin the show, Artie. Don't get too drunk.
See, I knew there'd be someone in the audience feeling bad, like going, man, this is like watching a guy shoot himself.
Right.
Oh, I thought it was killing me. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. Please, no.
Yeah.
How about this, Artie? Could you fake drinking?
It's almost like I feel like I'm BSing my fans.
Well, that's what I hope, too. I hope that maybe he set that girl up or something.
No. I wouldn't do something like that.
I was like, maybe that's just a fake beer, because maybe he does this every week.
All right. So you actually were there for what we call Ground Zero.
That place was terrible, too. But by the way, tell him Richard Christie needs a new act, too, man. He wasn't that funny.
I brought Richard up at the end. He's a beginner, man.
I know. And I felt bad for him, too. Everyone's booing him, but,
No.
Did he whip it out?
He tried.
But, dude, be honest about Richard. When he first came out, the people loved him. It's just that he's not a stand-up. He'll take time to get back.
He looked very nervous, though. He's pacing around, but he was good, though. I mean, he's funny, but it's just, you could tell he was out of sorts or something.
I mean, he's got all the moves, like pacing back and forth and stuff, like a real stand-up.
Just no material.
No material, no delivery.
Yeah, it was weak.
He'll get better.
But he got the pacing down.
He'll get better.
You know what? It is impossible to follow Artie, Bob Levy, and Nick DiPaolo.
They're seasoned guys.
Hey, we love you. I'm sorry, Rich. I just wanted to,
I thought I did all right. I mean,
By the way,
booed off stage.
No, you didn't. Absolutely not. No.
What material did you roll out? Was it the?
Well,
it's dirty.
Yeah, it's.
Hey, is that a new mustache, or have you always had that?
I trimmed it.
Yeah, get rid of that thing.
Really?
You don't like that?
Yeah, he looks like the Grim Reaper, dude. I'm telling you.
The mustaches are just like gay. You know what I've been thinking about? I see a guy with a mustache, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but mine's like...
Why should there be hair in the middle of your face? You know what I mean? Like, what is that?
Well, you think of it tickling a guy's thigh
like you're like grooming it, and I see you cutting it, and it's like, you know what? Just shave. Shave it all off.
I do eat yogurt in the morning, and yogurt gets in there.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, you know what? What is that? What is a mustache? I used to have one like when I was a 20.
I got to take attention away from my face. My face
you know what? It's just weird. Get rid of it.
Okay.
Trust me on this.
Right. The 80s called. They want their mustache back. Come on.
Yeah, mustache. I always see these guys with these mustaches, and they're all proud of them. And shave that.
The worst are the guys who actually grow them out and have those.
They
have to wax the edges and all
those
that.
Guys are screaming for attention.
Really?
All I see is a little baby with a bottle when I see that. And they're going, wah, care for me.
In what part of your mind did you figure out that was okay?
Look at me. Please notice. Big mustache, handlebar mustache, waxing it.
What about, didn't Tom Selleck make mustaches cool in the 80s, though?
Guys with mustaches always they don't want to smile because they want to keep their mustache straight, It looks weird when they smile. They won't make weird faces because they have a mustache. And it's like, dude, shave that thing off. They walk around like old Tom Selleck, I'm not going to move my upper lip.
Tom Selleck he's Tom Selleck, though.
Tom Selleck is gorgeous.
He looks good with that.
He's a douche.
You're not going to look anything with a mustache.
No matter what I do.
Tom Selleck.
Hey, last thing, tell him to do some sit-ups, man.
Did he take off his clothes?
Mayor Tom Selleck.
No, but this guy, he's got such a gut, man.
Well, First of all, the guy goes to the same Chinese restaurant every night. And, you know, Chinese food is the most fattening food. It's got like 50-60% fat.
I get the General Tso's, and it's all breaded and stuff with the rice.
Hey, dude, you're getting to be pregnant.
I know. I look down at it because I take my shirt off. I just walk around in my underwear at home, and I glance at myself in the mirror once in a while, and I'm just disgusted.
Why don't you just cut back to General Tso's and just get some steamed chicken, some broccoli, no?
Well, they also have pineapple chicken that's not breaded, and it's really good.
Get that, at least.
Yeah.
But do you see all that sauce? Get the sauce on the side.
Really?
Yeah. Say to the guy, steam everything up and give me the sauce on the side.
Because is the sauce real fattening, like the syrupy
dude,
sauce?
That's where it all is, yeah.
You can't be asking me that. I mean, what do you think is fattening? What do you don't know?
Rice?
Is the sauce fattening?
Well, I know, like, mayonnaise is fattening, but I don't know about sauce.
Yeah, sauce is just sauce.
I learned a little more about Richard, though. Richard, what's your favorite day of the year?
Oh, Halloween.
He's gay.
Explain this a little more, though, because Richard can't get enough of Halloween to the point where, you tell me in Kansas you used to go to the cemetery and eat dinner or something?
Yeah, every night in October I'd go to the graveyard and eat dinner.
Because he's like a metal guy. He's like a metal guy.
Well, ever since I was a kid, I've loved Halloween, and I love horror movies, and I love that time of year when it gets kind of cold and the leaves are falling.
So what does eating in the cemetery do for you?
I go and I listen to like horror movie soundtracks and just get in the whole mood of Halloween.
Are you naked?
I would be if I wouldn't get arrested, but... No, I love this time of year, like from now until Christmas is my favorite time of year.
Well, what are you going to do in New York? Do you know where a good graveyard is?
Well, no, there isn't really any good ones, but I always go to the Village Parade on Halloween.
Richard and J.D. went to see that gay horror film together this weekend.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, we saw it yesterday.
How was it?
What's the name of that?
It was great, actually. Hellbent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You loved it?
It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Was the theater packed?
No, there was
Were you two homos sitting next to each other?
Yeah, and I was messing with J.D. I got a soda, and I put 2 straws in it, and I set it between us.
Is it mostly like guys sitting there watching it?
Yeah, well, it was all guys. There was one woman sitting behind us, and she was laughing, too. Like, we were laughing at all the wrong parts.
Did it feel weird being coupled off with a guy?
Yeah, it was weird. Even walking into the theater, because the door is at the front of the theater, so everybody sees you walking in, and me and him walked beside each other. It just felt odd.
Yeah, maybe split up a little.
At the scary part, did you reach over to...
Well, I was joking with him. I put my arm around him when the movie started.
That's good.
From me.
Or when you're next to people, do this move like so they can hear you go, well, let's catch up with the girls, or something like that, you know?
It was funny because it's just like that movie Halloween.
In the middle of the movie, you should take the back of his head and just push it down into your lap.
J.D. trying to resist.
Come on, man, let's go.
No.
Get down
Baby.
Being coupled off with a guy?
Yeah, it was weird. Even walking into the theater, because the door is at the front of the theater, so everybody sees you walking in, and me and him walked beside each other. It just felt odd.
Yeah, maybe split up a little.
At the scary part, did you reach over to...
Well, I was joking with him. I put my arm around him when the movie started.
That's
from me.
Or when you're next to people, do this move like so they can hear you go, well, let's catch up with the girls, or something like that, you know?
It was funny because it's just like that movie Halloween.
In the middle of the movie, you should take the back of his head and just push it down into your lap.
J.D. trying to resist.
Come on, man, let's go.
No. Get down It was a great movie, though. It's so funny because it's just like a real horror movie. Like all the promiscuous guys get
killed.
Yeah. There's a hero who's like a virginal type guy, and he goes after this bad boy type guy through the whole movie. At the end, he finally gets the guy, and he saves his life.
Is it rated R, like where these guys are nude and doing each other?
None of them got nude. They showed their asses. Like in one scene, 4 guys. There's 4 buddies. That's what the movie's about.
Butt buddies.
Yeah, and
do you think they were real homos, or they
they had to be, because there's a lot of makeout scenes.
Oh, you have to be gay if you're making out with a guy?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a given.
But there was like one girl in the whole movie, and she's in for like a few seconds, and she was super hot too. She plays the sister of the lead character, the lead guy. But man, the rest of it, it's just guys making out, and they go to the parade, the Halloween parade in West Hollywood, and they go to this bar called Meat. And this one guy orders a drink called a flaming penis.
I'll take a flaming penis,
please. What's in that?
I was waiting for one of them to order. JD was like, if one of these guys orders a Malibu Bay Breeze, I'm walking out.
Hey, look who's walking out. Meanwhile, he's there watching gay dude. Hey, Artie's liver's on the phone. Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Artie, what are you doing to me? I thought we were friends again.
Artie, when you took the drink, did you feel defeated at all? Like, did you go, man?
Again, Friday night, I had a drink already.
Well,
in my head, I was like saying, maybe this is preparing me for the gig, which sort of had, Yeah, I'll say that.
It was a big defeat.
I'll admit to that, yeah.
Was it like another one, like, here I go again? Poor Artie.
No. It wasn't anything like poor Artie. It was more like I felt like I had to prepare for something where I didn't like the fact that I felt like I had to prepare to do something.
So when the jack hit your lips on Friday night, was it like, oh, my old friend?
You haven't changed. You still...
Is it like a heroin addict? Because they say, like, heroin addicts after a while have to take heroin just not to get sick. They don't get high anymore.
Well, yeah, because you go through withdrawals.
Right. So you were having so much jack by the time you went into this self-imposed
whatever it was.
Rehab.
In the beginning, it was bad.
So that first sip of Jack, was it like you'd never tasted it before?
No. I think there was... No, it wasn't like I never tasted it before. It was just,
Was it like, my old friend Jack?
It was a very familiar taste, yeah.
Was it a pleasant experience?
Not pleasant, no. I mean, it was just sort of like what was disappointing to me was I felt like this was a normal life for me, and I had to get back to it somehow.
Jack Daniels is his master.
Yeah, it sounds miserable.
Jack Daniels rules on
the relationship is terrible.
Was the Jack laughing at you? Was he just going, I told you?
I don't know.
Did it sound like Levy going,
Yeah, Levy had already done that.
It would be bad if it sounded like Levy.
Hey, Artie. Good to see you again.
So no drinking before the show?
No. Are you
kidding?
Not
of course not. I mean, as a professional.
Well, that used to be the norm.
Artie, when's the next show?
Oh, is that Artie's liver still?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
He's curious.
He needs to get ready.
You got to get ready for the next show?
Yeah, I need a week off.
Yeah. Will you give him a week off at least?
October 1st, Wilmington, Delaware. Big kahuna.
You got 2 weeks.
No.
Oh, there you go. He's going to start crying.
And then so far, buddy, that's it as far as I'm concerned. All right. So.
Thank God.
So Artie, let me ask you, what are you going to do for the next 2 weeks? Are you going to drink next weekend?
The plan is not to actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Artie's liver. Did you hear that?
Thank God.
My liver's got that one little move where he cries.
Stop gambling too.
Why do you care about gambling?
That doesn't hurt your liver.
I'm going to gamble if he drinks.
Can I just say something? I don't believe you're really Artie's liver, because Artie's liver should sound about 90 years old.
You sound a little younger than us.
Oh, this is Artie's liver.
That would be just a drunk.
All right, Artie's liver, thank you.
Bye.
All right, there's your liver checking in. Wow. Here's T-Dog.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Howard?
How you doing, man? David Spade called me over the weekend and said, Artie's a pussy.
What do you mean? For not being able to drink?
Spade, by the way, was leaving messages like throughout the 90 days.
Really? What did he say?
And then at the end, he'd go, I'm sorry. Like, he'd do a Don.
Yeah, what were the messages?
He'd do a Don Rickles thing.
I kid because I love.
Well, let me make sure I could say him. Well, yeah, we would just say stuff like, yeah, what's the matter? You're not drinking, you pussy?
That's what he was doing.
But he did that throughout the 3 months. And then at the end, he'd go, no, I'm sorry. Don't drink.
T-Dog.
Hey,
Artie, man, congratulations for drinking, man. You did a good job.
Now you see why Farley died. I mean, he's hanging out with Spade.
I was wondering, is that the same routine he gave him?
He's probably like, hey, you pussy.
Oh, no, and then he'd come back and be all sad that Artie died. And
can't find a hooker and some coke.
Hey, you big fag.
You know, you'll have funny when you're drunk.
There are people in show business, like managers and agents, who say, what did you get in the show biz not to get hookers and do drugs? I mean, you know.
No one likes you sober.
That's how we like you in California, Artie.
That's right, buddy.
All right. Okay, thanks, brother.
Thanks a lot, man.
It's interesting because I forgot to mention this last week. Remember we talked to Tom Sizemore?
Yeah.
And he was hoping, to get out of rehab, and he was calling to show everybody that he was doing better. Well, they assigned him more rehab.
Yeah.
I don't understand, because I've been in rehab. I don't know what he's actually doing in rehab to make them keep him there. Because, you really
probably drinking.
I mean, he might be smuggling in booze.
Who knows?
He might be calling us, and that would be sign enough.
I guess that's a wrong thing.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
I was at the Hartford show, and I wanted to stick up for Artie a little bit. Me and a bunch of guys that were standing in the audience were going to get together and scream out, "Wah, I'm not allowed to drink." But he went up there, and he grabbed somebody's beer out of somebody's hand, like the third or fourth row. Only had a couple that I saw, and I have to say, he was funnier than the other three still. So way to go, Artie. You put on a good show, and it was a good time. Thanks, brother.
Isn't that nice?
So far, so good, Artie.
Yes, Tracy. Yes, Tracy. Hi.
Oh, hey, I made up about 100 Don't Drink Artie buttons.
Yeah, I met you. I signed your ticket, right?
Yeah, I was pretty devastated because I couldn't even give them away.
You mean nobody would wear a Don't Drink Artie button?
By the way, I brought one in, Howard.
Yeah.
I have it.
By the way, very nice of you.
Yeah, people in Hartford suck.
Yeah. Well.
My husband said that when he took the drink, he was looking at me. I was so hoping he wouldn't, and my whole face just dropped. I nearly cried.
Look at the drama going on around Artie's drinking.
He loves this.
Oh, this must have been some show. I mean, my God, what an honor. I mean, everyone tied up in whether you drink or not.
Well, what are you going to do?
I really care about the guy. I don't want to see him mess up.
Actually, I met her after the show. She asked me to sign her ticket, and I really felt bad. She looked concerned.
Well, what's up, Rombo?
I think...
Second. Got a guy who works in an adult bookstore and says he can beat Richard Christie and stump the perv.
Yeah? We're still waiting for that to happen.
Big news on the show. Artie went back to drinking this weekend. Friday night at Nobu, he had 2 Jack and Waters. And
Saturday?
Exclusive.
Saturday, a big 4-beer night at his big concert in Hartford. The audience taunting him to drink, and drink he did.
Couldn't handle it.
He's back. 93 days he was on the wagon, and now he's back.
Now he's starting over.
Starting over. We're back to day one.
I must say I feel fine.
Christine, you're on the air.
I just have to say I saw the show, and Artie, you went crazy. I couldn't believe you did it. Everyone was taunting Artie. Artie! And he grabs the beer and just chugs it down, and I couldn't believe he did it.
You know, a lot of people think of Hartford as a small market, and they figured Artie would go back to drinking like in one of these big cities.
Like save it for New York or Vegas.
Chicago.
I told Hartford I love them.
Yeah, this is Artie just goes out there, a small theater, and breaks his sobriety.
It was the worst theater ever. I was dying of sweat. Artie had a sweatshirt on. I don't even know how he could breathe with that on. But he was really funny, and I can't even believe I'm on your show right now. I'm the biggest fan of all of you. I love the show.
Was there anyone there not taunting Artie and trying to keep him on the wagon?
No. I was the only one going, no, don't do it.
Was that you? All right. Well, thank you.
Well, I love you guys, and Artie, you're the best.
Thank you.
Let's go to Ben. Ben, you're on the air. Look at you on the air. Nothing better than being on the air. Yes, Ben.
Yeah, I was from Columbus, Ohio. I was calling to tell you about the Grego show that replaced you. I think he finally snapped from all your listeners berating him. This morning he got on there and started calling them morons and idiots.
Well,
Grego's starting to lose it, huh?
Yeah, there was a report on UPN 9 News this weekend about how it's going to be so hard to replace me once we leave. And
yeah, everywhere they go, they've been doing a lot of local appearances. And I guess the fans have just been destroying them. They can't handle it anymore.
Yeah, Grego.
He can't go out?
Yeah, the Grego show. It's a joke.
Yeah, well, you know what? It was really lame of them to get rid of me. It was lame of them to pull me off during a vacation. There was no reason for them to pull me off. The FCC has not handed down a notice of apparent liability. They're lying.
Well, that Fish dude thought he would sidestep all of this trouble by having that one show where he would let the listeners vent their feelings.
Here's what I think they ought to do. They ought to put me right back on the air starting tomorrow.
They may have to, because Grego may not make it.
Yeah, end the thing nicely. Let me go on the air. Pay me the money you owe me, because you're stiffing me. I didn't do anything that wasn't in the contract. And do anything they didn't know about before they signed me. You just don't stop paying your bills because you're in Columbus, Ohio, and you think no one can touch you.
Well, I got my satellite, and I'm waiting on you.
I'm going to be there, baby. Let me tell you something. I am so ready. I'm on fire. Fire. Anybody watch the Emmys last night, man? It was a